Travis, we're consistently thinking about risk in our business.
Sure.
When markets are unsure about what's happening with like changing interest rates, the political environment, or the upcoming elections we have, they can become pretty volatile.
Sure.
Some people think of investment risk as volatility and how much it does fluctuate, but for others, risk is a permanent loss of capital.
Right.
And if you're not careful, you can turn temporary volatility into a permanent loss just by reacting poorly to market developments or situations.
Sure, that could be a mistake. People know the old saying, Steve, obviously more risk equals more reward.
Yeah.
But that's only, like, as you pointed out, if you have the discipline to not panic during uncertain times, again, like elections, or even get greedy during euphoric times, chasing, that AI stock. Of course, that's easier said than done, though, because the fear of losing money or the fear of missing out, they have like a magnetic pull on our attention. So people pay attention to those news stories, and unfortunately, that you can react at the wrong time.
Exactly, Travis. You might remember what academics call the capital market warming.
I'm trying to forget.
If you studied modern portfolio theory at all, which I know we both have, well, it's a basic representation of how taking on more risk leads to higher potential returns.
Sure.
It's pretty simple on paper, right?
Yeah, it's just
yeah.
Yeah.
But when you actually experience it, that's when things can get tricky.
Yeah, obviously, as a CFP practitioner, CFA charter holder, I've studied the CML capital market line at length. It's a good in theory, like you said, on paper, but if you read Howard Marks, I think he pointed out something important here. The ride to those higher rewards isn't smooth. More risk might equal more reward, but it also equals a wider range of potential returns, both on the higher side and the lower side. You can count on bumps along the way, and if you jump off at the wrong time, you could ruin everything. I know we talked about you could turn a temporary loss into a permanent loss, but you jump off at the wrong time, you can ruin your plan, even if it was a solid plan from the start.
Yeah, Travis, and that's where it becomes personal. How much risk are you willing and able to handle?
Right.
It's different for everyone, and there's no right or wrong answer here. It's just trade-offs. Helping clients find the difference between their ability and willingness to take risk. And that's the real art of what we do here at Allen Capital, isn't it?
Setting those expectations, making sure that it's something they can stick with.
That's right.
Over time. So that's why, Steve, why continually working through the planning process is so important. I mean, people often think, hey, I know what I want, or I know how much risk I can take. But, as they work through the process, they realize what? Like over time, needs, wants, wishes, they change, and so do their fears. Whether it's missing, again, we're back to missing the current environment. Oh, I'm going to miss the hot AI stock my neighbor's buying, or the upcoming election, I'm scared about who's going to get elected. So I think in portfolios, setting those expectations, and the key is having enough flexibility in your plan to account for those changes, both in your needs, wants, wishes, and fears, and recognizing that things aren't going to go smoothly. Your plan is not going to go according to plan exactly.
Correct.
Right?
There's going to be turns, bumps in the road, like you said, and you just have to be able to weather that. And that's what we do. That's what we do in the financial.
You have to leave
plans.
room for it. Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Travis, it's been great. I look forward to it next week.
Look forward to it as well.